Okay, first of all, belting is not. So what I really want to talk about is one particular tip that has helped me increase my belting range massively. Over the past few weeks, because of this tip, I have gotten so much more confidence to try things that I would otherwise consider too risky or need a lot more practice. I didn't get this tip on my own. I watched another YouTuber talk about it, and he was telling about his story where he didn't know how to sing at all, and within I think 10 years he was singing really well, and this tip helped him to open up. So let me tell you a little bit about me. I am a very soft-spoken person. I'm very comfortable talking in this kind of volume, and it takes me quite a bit of effort to be audible to the camera. Even now, sometimes when I'm editing, I realize I can't hear what I'm saying. So I don't know about you. That's why I put subtitles in most of my videos. And yeah, I wanted to say that in other videos. You should put that on if you're not able to hear what I'm saying. Okay. So this kind of technique is really bad for a singer, because what happens is the same techniques that you use for talking, naturally you use for singing. So if I want to be able to sing louder, I'm supposed to talk louder and do the same techniques while I'm talking as well. Now, before I tell you about this great one tip, I want to preface that by saying that you need to make sure you are breathing from your stomach, because that's going to give you the fuel that you need. And once you feel like you are doing everything properly, you're not straining yourself when you're singing lower or when you're in your comfort zone of singing, then you should push yourself to a higher range. Belting, in case you don't know, belting is those things you hear a singer leave all out on the stage and people are like, wow. Let me try to demonstrate that for you. I did this recently in a song called I Thank God by Vihan. There was this part towards the end, she goes quite high. It goes, for all His power. If I was doing that a few weeks ago, I would immediately be so scared and be like, okay, it's coming. For all His power. And give that very painful sound that makes the listener also want to be like, no, please don't hurt yourself and don't hurt me either. And I didn't know what was going wrong, okay, because I've been singing like ever since I can remember. But the problem is I don't speak loud. I'm more of a to myself kind of person. So when I know something loud is coming up in the song, I tend to basically close up instead of opening up. And when these notes are coming, you're supposed to open up more to allow it to flow. It seems like basic common sense, okay? But I found that all my videos actually of the past few months, when there's a big note coming out, you'll only see my mouth about this much, like, for all this. I don't know, it's like I'm scared of bringing out the note, or I'm scared that I'll be too loud and I'll disturb other people. That's the kind of subconscious mindset behind all this. And the tip I want to tell you guys is basically to drop your jaw. And this will help you if you're anything like me and you don't usually do this. You don't usually have a wide open mouth when you're singing or even when you're talking. Okay, it's usually like... So I see a lot of people singing, whether very high or very low, with this kind of opening, okay? It's like barely. What can come out of it? What can come out of it? If I just take this advice, drop the jaw, and I apply it to the same sentence, it'll become like this. For all His power. Okay, first of all, I must say, I have a long way to go, but it is much better than closing my mouth and going for all His power and kind of backfiring on my own voice. When you close your mouth and try to belt, it's like shooting inside the gun. You're supposed to let it out. You're supposed to open up. As you study singing and vocal mechanisms, you'll see that when it comes to the big sounds and the loudness, you need to give as much space as you can all over, from your stomach to your throat to your mouth to your face, even all of this. So as much as possible, when you are trying to sing a high note without doing falsetto, like for all this power. You don't need to open your mouth too much for that. You don't need to strain at all for that. But if you want to give a big fat noise, not noise, but a big fat sound, basically just that's it. So that was my very simple tip. Just open up your body and that will kind of make room for that big sound to come out. I hope this was helpful. Please try it out. I don't really know where you specifically stand in terms of singing, so let me know some doubts or comments that you have in the comment section below, and I will try to help you out even further with this. I'm Vihan Damaris on How To Thursday, signing off, and I'll see you on Serious Sundays. Bye, and always strive to be like Jesus.